I am super, I am crazy, I am super crazy.
Bruce the Barber Beefcake here.
This is Carlito.
The legend of Sandman.
This is the Outcast Shannon Moore.
Be sure you don't miss JRM Action Figures right on YouTube, brother.
I'm chilling here tonight in lovely Florida with my boy Jesus.
You want to get hardcore? You want to get extreme? Well, why don't you do it on YouTube, dude, and put on JRM Action Figures.
Watch JRM Action Figures because that's cool.
Hey guys, you know me again, JRM, action figures, but you know how I do my interviews. And today I got a rising star with me, Benny freaking Blanco. What's up?
Yeah. What's good, y'all, man? What's good, man? Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you, man.
Anytime, my brother, anytime. How's everything been for you?
Man, everything's been good, but it's been if honestly speaking, it's been a roller coaster ride, man.
Yeah.
It's been like up and down around the corner, but I can't complain. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
There you go. And tell the people a little bit about yourself, or where you come from, how long you've been wrestling, all that. I'm gonna leave you the mic open.
I got you. First and foremost, like my man Jose, Jesus said, it's Benny freaking Blanco in the building. You feel me? I'm from Harlem, New York, and I've been wrestling for like a year and 2 months. Been doing my thing. Been at a couple of promotions. I'm just up and coming. I started wrestling only because my mom was a fan.
Oh wow!
And she put me on. Like I saw her watching wrestling one time, and I didn't understand it. I didn't know. I was like, "What are you watching?" And then when she showed me like the show, and I'm like, "Oh snap! Okay, that's cool." And then when I finally got into it was because she put me on to Undertaker, because I'm a big fan of horror movies.
Yeah.
So when I saw the Undertaker, I'm like, "Wait, this is not wrestling. They got a guy that's dead." I literally used to think that it was a dead guy walking to the ring. And so she told me, she was like, "Nah, it's a guy that is acting and stuff." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then when I started to like watch it, and to the point where she was recording, like I used to be at school, so every time it was a school night, I couldn't stay up to watch it. So she'll record it on tapes.
Okay.
So I'm literally showing my age right now, but like cassette tapes.
Yeah.
And so on the weekends, I'll catch up with shows. And so that went on for a long time until I moved to my grandmother's crib, and I ended up watching it on TV. And then that's when, right around the time I moved to my grandmother's crib, that's when the Attitude Era was happening.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I fell out of sync with wrestling. But then when I saw Stone Cold, I was like, "Oh wait, hold up. I gotta watch wrestling. Like, who is this guy?"
Yeah.
And when I seen who he was and how relatable he was to us,
yeah,
I was like, "Nah, yeah, I gotta watch wrestling. I gotta keep watching it." So all I was a fan.
Yeah.
And then what really, like, the $1 million question to that is, what really made me get into the square circle was a friend of mine. His name is Matt Travis. He is no longer with us, but he was a protege of Amazing Red. And he started 6 years ago in House of Glory, which is HOG, and it's in Queens, New York. And it's also run by Amazing Red. And he passed away.
Sorry
almost a year ago now. And literally, when the minute I found out he passed away, and unfortunately I couldn't, show my love, and because I live in Florida. So when I found out, it really broke my heart, because I've met him when we were dancing. We were dancers at one point.
Wow.
And so I've done the dancing thing. A little side thing about me is I used to be a break dancer for over 10 years before
Really?
I jumped into wrestling.
That's so cool. That's so cool, bro.
Yeah, man.
I always wanted to learn how to break dance, but I was busting my ass.
Nah, I used to do the whole dancing on the subways, dancing at 42nd Street. Then I started to get noticed, so I was doing little campaigns here and there, and then I ended up getting signed in California, and that didn't work out. But I didn't allow that little one bump to stop me. So I kept doing it until I landed in Miami, and I ended up doing 2 gigs, started teaching, and then I saw it within myself that I don't move the same, and it's already 10 years. So I'm like, you know what? I did what I had to do in dance. Now let me see if I can venture off and do something else. And it just so happened that when my boy passed away, I was like, damn, that shit killed me. And I'm like, you know what? The last conversation I had with him was I was trying to see if I can get into wrestling. And he was telling me straight up, he was like, listen, I don't mind if you want to get into it, whatever. And this is when I was living in New York. And he was like, but if you're going to get into it, you got to take it serious. This is not for the weak. You just can't come in here and play around. Like, people eat, shit, sleep this. So you got to respect it. And he's one of them. He was one of them. And he still is. And I feel like his legacy lives through me. I'm not taking credit for his hard work because he's put in the work. And and he has big shoes to fill. But I just feel like me coming from the same state as him and me, being the way I am, like being from Harlem, he's from the Bronx, us coming up in the streets and stuff, it signifies something for the both of us. And so I just feel like, I just want to carry on his legacy. I don't want to be him. I don't want to be another Matt Travis. I don't want to dress like him. I don't want to do none of that. But I want to show people that, listen, you may see Benny Blanco, but you're also going to get a taste of Matt Travis. Because at the end of the day, him and my mom are the reasons why I do what I do today and why I've been doing it for the last year and 2 months. So that's my reason.
That's a powerful, powerful story, man. I'm sorry to hear about, your boy. It is so hard, when we got people that not only are friends, but they're like kind of mentors to us,
Yes.
And for the, people that pass away, I'm so sorry, man. And you were talking about Stone Cold, and then you mentioned the $1 million question, right? See this right here?
The $1 million belt?
That was Stone Cold's first belt in WWE, right there.
Yes, it is.
The $1 million belt right there. So
yes.
wanted to show you that. And
yeah, man.
I don't think Stone Cold even knows how much influence he has had on this generation right now. Every person that I have spoken to have told me Stone Cold has been their motivation. So that is amazing, dude. For me growing up, I never wanted to be a wrestler or anything like that, but I was always in the wrestling, I was always into wrestling, buying the magazines, all that back there. That's my figures, my collection.
Yeah, I see it. I've seen it on Instagram. Yeah, I'm like, yo, he's a fan. That's what's up. So
I always been huge, and it was Macho Man Randy Savage and Bret the Hitman Hart. Those were the ones for me. Yeah. So that is amazing. Now you say you live in Florida, right?
Yes.
So, so you've been wrestling for different companies?
Of course.
Okay.
I've been just to let people know, I'm still green. I'm green as shit. You feel me? I'm not gonna sit here and toot my own horn and be like, yeah, Jesus, I've done this, I've done that. Like, listen, the thing about me is, and I think I get so criticized for, is that I don't have a gimmick. I think that Benny Blanco is just a name. I think different. I think outside the box. I don't look at it as, oh, everybody wants to be like, you got like, for instance, like, not name dropping, but we're going to name drop. Like, for the indies, like I said, I'm still new. So I'm only been in here for a year and 2 months. But as long as I've been in here, I've seen a lot of indie guys and a lot of indie guys that are up there. And it's like, yo, I want to just be the one Benny. I want to be Benny Blanco. I don't want to be, you got your Cha-Chas, you got your Alex Oceans, you got your Chris Farrows, you got your Will Austins, you got your Vince Steels, you got Vertigo, you got Chico, you got all these guys that I just named that are at, the pinnacle. And I just mentioned Chris Farrow. Yeah, we started together, but the reason why I mentioned him is because he's a kid that's really on the rise to do great things. And, and what CCW gave to him, he deserved, And, me being the heel that I am, I still, could take it from him if I wanted to. and give him all that smoke. But we're not gonna get there. But what I'm saying is, I think I get criticized because of some fact of the matter that I just want to be Benny Blanco. I just want people to see that, you know what, my shoot name is Chris. So I want everybody to see who Chris is. The reason me introducing myself, that was Chris. Me talking about my mom, that was Chris. Me talking about Matt Travis, that was Chris. But that's also Benny Blanco. But Benny Blanco is just a name, but me all the way on 1,000. So that's what I think I get. That's where the criticism comes from.
So who gave you the name Benny Blanco? Was it yourself?
Vince Steele.
Vince Steele, very good. And let me tell you, man, that's a catchy name, Benny Blanco, from back in the day, you know, especially you being from New York, dude, you know. There was a Spanish CD, right? Back in the 90s, of reggaeton music, right? And the name of the CD was Benny Blanco, because it was this producer, and his name was Benny Blanco, and he was living the lifestyle, dude. He was wearing the white suit with the white shirt.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a cool name, dude. Benny Blanco. So it caught my eye right away. So that is pretty cool. Now, I know you say you're still, you know, pretty green, but you a natural heel, and we know that because you can talk. And to be a heel, you gotta talk. So
yeah,
what is your style? What do you consider your style?
See that right there? Like I'm gonna answer that, and then I'm also gonna go back to you asked me what companies I work for.
Yeah.
And I got sidetracked for that, but I got you.
No problem.
So my style, I'm gonna be honest, I'm still looking for it. But I can say if you want me to be a straight shooter and just give you a style that I think right now that I'm doing is straight. It's like from the streets. I'm a brawler.
Yeah.
I go in there and I give you what I know. I do what I know. I don't act like I know this move and I'm gonna do it and then make myself look like, oh snap, Benny looks crazy. Like why did he do that? He looks unsafe? He's not workable. He's not coachable. You know, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So my style right now is just I'm a brawler. You know, I wanna learn my dream style. I wanna mix shoot wrestling and strong style and technical wrestling into all three. Nice. And make it into me. Yeah. I think that's what suited me because I'm not a high flyer. I don't like that flippy floppies. I don't. I think that thing is so boring, bro.
Yeah. So yeah. So which are the companies before we move on?
So the companies basically, obviously, you see me at CCW.
Yeah.
And I had a little run with CCW for a minute because not only because I was one of their students at one point, but it was also because, you know, that's my home. Yeah. You know, no matter where I go, at the end of the day, CCW is always going to be my home. Nice. But the thing is with that is who made it really homey for me is Pablo Marquez. But we're going to get into that. Yeah. But moving forward, when you know, getting you know, released, whatever, I became what? I could toot my own horn right now. I became one of the most dopest rookies right now that is getting crazy attention. Like literally, the minute everybody found out, oh shit, Benny is not with a CCW no more. No, I can't make this up. My phone blew up. I got like just recently, I was at CFWE on Saturday. Then I was at ECGW on Sunday. Before that, I was I think I was at another show. I forgot at another show I was. Oh, I was at Magic City. Then before that, I worked with WXW. And I'm gonna be honest, WXW was the epitome of all debuts. Like I had my debut in CCW, I had my debut in all these other. I just think that WXW stands out for me the most is because no disrespect to none of these promoters or owners. It's just that Alpha runs WXW. Alpha is one of the Wild Samoans. That is a lineage of Rocky Johnson, The Rock, so on and so on. So it's like, he don't know me, you know? And so for me to get thrown into the battle royal out of, you know, like, hey, listen, you're here, you're helping out. We need bodies, go in there. And also big up to Jake St. Patrick for bringing me along also and showing me the business savvy side of wrestling. Like, you know, all promotions, you can't go over there with a white t-shirt or regular pants. Sometimes you got to put on a 3-piece suit, you know? So being at WXW and only because it was like my debut, and I didn't go there to work. I went there to learn, and I not only did I learn, I got to work, and I feel like I accomplished another dream where I became the only rookie out of CCW that debuted on WXW. So it's like, that's dope. And I did BTW, Big Time Wrestling West Virginia. Did it a few times. I'm going back there May 21st, 22nd. I also got a promotion coming up in June 26th or 27th for SWA, which is Shadow Alliance Wrestling. And then before then, I got June 4th, which is BTW again. June 12th, CFWE. Then August, I got EGCW. So like, I'm going crazy, but it's like, man, I'm gonna take a 2 months hiatus. Yeah. So August is on the shelf for me right now because I want to take a break, and I'm gonna take a break for family reasons.
Okay, and let me tell you, it seems to me for everything you're saying, you're paying your dues, dude. You are paying your dues.
Thank you. At least you see it.
Yeah, you're paying your dues, and you taking an approach, man, old school approach, basically right now, because you're going from territory to territory, and you picking, what fits you from every territory and learning as much as you can. So that's just, big props to you, man. That's just big props to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And that's what you gotta keep doing because, like I said earlier, you're a natural heel, and I watch your videos on Instagram, and you going live and stuff like that, and I don't be watching people going live on Instagram. I don't go live because I don't. But when I see you, I'm like, hold on, let me sit down and watch this dude because you're naturally funny, dude, and you're very, very, very charismatic and entertaining. So that is really, really good. Now, next question for you: who in your short career, who do you say has gotten the best match out of you?
Ooh. Everybody wants to hear me say, like when they watch this, everybody's gonna think like, okay, you know what? What's Benny gonna say? Who's Benny gonna say? And everybody's gonna really think that it's gonna be Santana.
Okay.
Because we went at it twice, and both times were brutal. Yeah. We both bled. Both times we were bleeding and all that. We shot on each other and all that, and both matches. First, our debut was an opener in Nashville, and we brought it up right here. Anything after that, everybody had to follow up. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And then in Ocala, we had the church show, and the famous Puerto Rican commentator Hector, he literally came in the back, and we were supposed to be the opener.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, I got a hot opener, but they could come. But you know what? I felt so dope because you know why? Because we went from the opening match to moving up in the card.
Yeah.
We were like a mid-card. So I'm like, oh, okay. So this guy must have seen us or, got word from Pablo that we're good, that, okay, we good enough to wait for later. And we went out there and we gave it our all. We had the crowd from the moment we got out there to start to finish popped, and it was an honor because I heard, I had a legendary, commentator from Puerto Rico, talking about me, you feel me, calling my match, and so it's like it's crazy. But to be honest, the person that took me to the limit is two people. I'm gonna be honest,
okay.
Two people.
Okay.
It's what happened on Saturday at CFWE. Jay Murder and Guapo. If people don't know who that is, y'all better do your homework because these guys been in the game for God knows how long, and I feel like they're the most underrated indie guys, and they deserve all the opportunity in the world because not only did they let a guy like me that's only been there for a year and 2 months, but they gave me a wide range of, just go in there and let's work. Like, I'll give you a finish, but everything else, we gonna do us. Yeah. So they wrote it. The second person, I'm not lying, is my road dog, also my mentor and my big brother in wrestling is Jake St. Patrick. When I got a chance to do that battle on that little 4-on-4 thing, and it came down to the wire where it was just me and him, like just the magic that we had in that ring was unbelievable. To where I just feel like 24 hours after that, not even maybe 2 days or 24 hours after that, he ended up on AEW, and I'm like, holy shit! If he could do that, and I just had a chance to work with him, then that means the sky's the limit for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if I could say it was Jay Murda and Guapo in a tag team street fight that we had this past weekend. And on a singles tip, it is Jake St. Patrick.
And that's the funny thing, dude. You never know who's watching. And you never know where the guy you're wrestling is going. Because, he might end up in AEW, WWE, and they might say, hey, do you know anybody else? Oh, this guy, Benny Blanco, I was wrestling him, and this guy's amazing. So you never know, man. It's always good to have good relationship and good networking and good chemistry, So let me ask you a question, because you mentioned Puerto Rico. Have you ever thought about possibly wrestling there?
Man, you didn't have to ask me that. The question is guaranteed a big ass yes. Listen, I feel like I'm destined to go to Puerto Rico soon.
Yeah.
Not soon enough, but soon.
Yeah.
Like when we have, like, within our life we set a goal, and we look at that goal and be like, listen, you know what? We gotta do this to go to that goal, to meet that goal. Because without this, that, and third, you can't get there. So right now, I feel like, yeah, me in Puerto Rico, it makes sense. Are you serious? Me, Benny Blanco, are you serious? You think Eddie Sr., and I'm not being disrespectful when I say,
yeah,
but you think Eddie Sr. that owns WWC, you think he's not gonna be like, you know what? In a year from now, maybe 6 months from now, be like, hold up. I keep hearing like in Spanish, El tipo Benny Blanco. Yo, I gotta grab him. I gotta see what he is. Even if it's just to fly me out there to get on a mic and talk my shit.
Yeah.
That would be an honor. Yeah. Because it's crazy. And the reason why I say I see myself in Puerto Rico sooner, like I'm soon but not sooner, is because every show that I have done so far recently, or every time I've wrestled and it was a big show, the colognes are always in the locker room.
Yeah. And
me and Eddie, we talk all the time. Like every time I see him, it's a natural thing. It's not like the colognes just met me and it's like, all right, this is a young kid and we're legends and we got to stay on this side. They're not like that with me. With me, it's like, Benny, what's up? Like it's like we knew each other. Like they saw me grow up. And surprisingly, Carlito's the same way with me too. So it's like, I think I see myself, like, because I have that relationship with them, yeah. I think I see myself in Puerto Rico.
And let me tell you something about Carlito. I seen Eddie. I never met him, talked to him one-on-one. But I have, I met Carlito. And on my intros, I got wrestlers, do my intros. And you go to some guys and they're like, oh, well, how much you going to pay me? I'm like, okay, yeah, that is your job. I'll pay you whatever. I went to Carlito. He said, dude, why would I charge you for that, man? You here for us. So here we go. And he did the intro for me, dude. He was the nicest dude. And, I was thinking of his character, I thought, he was going to be an a-hole, And this dude was the most humble guy, and he surprised me so much. And my hats up to Carlito, man, because Carlito's amazing, dude. And he took pictures to my kids.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, very, very, very humble guy. But let me tell you, in Puerto Rico, for those people who never seen wrestling in Puerto Rico, it is so heated there, man. And the fans will buy in, and the fans will want to come and fight you. So it is a heated territory, and you're gonna have a lot of bloody matches there. So hopefully you can get that going to Puerto Rico. I think it's a great experience. Most of the great wrestlers that you hear about, they wrestle in Puerto Rico. So that is a territory that is a must go. And I'm not saying that because I'm Puerto Rican. I'm saying because I'm a follower of the sport, and every interview that I have watched, everything that I have read, they all go through Puerto Rico. So it is a must stop. Okay. Now who will be past, present, or future, without saying Undertaker or Stone Cold? Which one will be your dream match?
Ooh.
Or against who?
Ooh. No lie. You know what's crazy? I got a few.
Yeah.
And of course, like you said, I can't say Undertaker or Stone Cold because that's an obvious.
Exactly. Those are your
But
favorites. So.
Indies wise, like if the Indies, if I get what like it's not if when I get nice enough, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not saying this because I just mentioned him, but if he was still here, I would love to go one-on-one with my bro Matt Travis.
Yeah.
I would love to touch that.
Yeah.
Two dudes from New York, up and coming, rising stars, and I think, and it has to be in New York. It has to be in New York, and I think we'll shut the whole. What? I think if we were to have a match like that, and if it was to ever like God, like if God willingly it was to happen, I think no lie, that will rocket both of us to a whole nother plateau of wrestling. Like nobody could touch us if we were ever to go one-on-one. But I'm not gonna lie, like my dream match, like if it was here, that would be my dream match. But for someone that is actually here, my dream match, no lie, is will be Alex Ocean. Alex Ocean. Alex Ocean.
Alex Ocean is amazing, dude.
Alex Ocean, because, but it has to be on his territory. Yeah. Like it has to be in a death match. Because I'm sorry, but I never saw a death match until I met him. Yeah. And I can say that I'm happy that I got to meet him because he was through COVID when I started back in March. He was one of the guys that was rocking with us. And, you know, he gave me some pointers. I was allowed to pick his brain and all that. And so getting to know him, he's, you know, he is who he is. And he stands by it. And you know, I mess with him for that. But on a wrestling tip, now that he's on their side and I'm on the free agent side where I can do whatever I want. Yeah. Oh, of course, when I get really good, hell yeah, I will be knocking on that deathmatch door. And hopefully he'll be opening that door. And, you know, and we could go at it. But on a pro side.
And listen, before you go to the pro side, I will be there front row because I would love to see that.
I know.
Alex Ocean is a guy that has sacrificed his body so much, man, and deserves so much respect. And I have seen him wrestle live multiple times, and he leaves it all out, man. You cannot root against him. Okay, so
of course,
Alex Ocean. He reminds me of a young Mick Foley, you know, in the way he leaves everything out there.
Yes. Yes, so, and he's on his way to be great.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not in the front. Like, you know, I would have said at some point I'm in the front. I always wanted to have a match with Will Austin, literally. And there were times where, you know, me and him would see each other, and I'd be like, "Yo, bro, you got to give me a match. Like, I don't care if you're better than me. I know you're better than me right now, but like, I gotta have that match." You know, I say the same thing to Sebastian Cage, and I say the same thing with Vince Steele, which I'm his understudy. You know, in Japan, if we were in Japan, I'd be called his young boy. So I'm his understudy, and you know, I appreciate that because being under Vince Steele and having Vince Steele help me. You know what that is? That's a journeyman. That man is a journeyman in the epitome of wrestling. Over 20, like I think 20 plus years in the business, knows everybody, seen everybody, wrestled all the guys that we look up to now. So it was like for him to be like, you know what, I'm gonna invest my time and energy in you because you got potential to make it. That means a lot. But like I said, my true dream match will be against Alex Ocean. But my pro match, will be. I know it will be, and it'll happen. It's gonna be at AEW, and I kid you not, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It has to be against. It has to be against Eddie Kingston. I want Eddie Kingston. I want Eddie Kingston bad. And the reason why is because I remind him of him when he was younger.
Yeah.
And I hope he hears this. I hope after this interview, I hope somebody literally catches this when you air it.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, Eddie, this kid right here is talking, like, I want that. So he could be like, all right, you know what? When this kid is good and ready, I'm gonna watch this kid. But when he's good and ready, we're gonna see what's up. But last but not least, if I could say, if you tell me, yo, Benny, okay, that's cool and all, but what's your ultimate dream match? My ultimate dream match will be against Pablo Marquez.
Really?
Only because the simple fact of the matter that he considers me as his son. He already has a kid, but he considers me as his son.
Yeah.
And no matter where that man is at in the world, he'll take the time and energy to check up on me.
Nice.
He's done it from day one. No matter what me and him went through, within a year and 2 months that he's known me outside of wrestling and inside of wrestling, he still says he loves me, all that. And he's putting all these people in front of me to make sure I got the successful wrestling career that he knows I can have. But there's a twist to this. I would not wrestle Pablo Marquez if he was allowed me to have this dream match. I would not allow myself or him to give people that match in the indies. It'll have to be on national television. Yeah. National television. I'm serious, because he deserves that.
Yeah.
If anybody deserves that, he deserves that.
I'm so with you.
So that's me.
So that is so great. But you know what I want right now? I want the heel to come out of you right now. I want to unleash that heel right now. And we're going to improvise here, okay?
Oh, man.
We're going to improvise. I'm the champion right there. You see my belt, right?
Okay.
I'm a good guy. And you're the heel. You got to cut a promo. And you got to cut a promo on me on why you should be the #1 challenger and why you're going to take the title from me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Listen, I got you.
All right.
And it's off the fly, too.
It's off the fly. And no hurts feelings. Just go at it, okay?
Okay. I got you. Here we go. It's your boy, Benny Blanco. Listen, man. I'm toe-to-toe with this lame-o from Puerto Rico, Jesus, whatever, and he thinks he's the man because he has $1 million belt. Listen, the last time I checked, only real dudes, the baddest dudes in the planet, hold on to that belt. And you soft. You a paper champion. You're not deserving of the championship. You walk around this locker room like you're the man, but you just met me. You feel me? What about me? What about Benny? That used to be the old Benny. But now, the new Benny doesn't care. Doesn't care about you, doesn't care about the company, doesn't care about this locker room. I'm just here to smack you like they do in Harlem when you talk crazy like the way you do and take your belt and tell you this. Hey, remember me? I'm Benny effing Blanco. Yeah.
Dude, that was great, dude. That was amazing, dude. And we, just for the people watching, I did not say this to him before the interview. This is off the fly.
This is off the dome.
I caught him off guard with that.
You did. But you know what's so crazy?
Yeah.
And not to interrupt you, but you know what's so crazy? Is I'm very, now that I'm really on my own, and I'm not part of a company, whatever, and I'm running around all these companies, I'm very now cautious about how I go about my promos. Because you see how we did it for fun. You feel me? It's cool. Yeah. And that's going to always be me. That's how I'm going to deliver my promos. Because I couldn't be Benny Blanco if I don't do that.
Yeah.
But on the real side of it, I caution myself now because I think some people in this world, and especially in this business, are sensitive. So they don't really understand if it's a work or not. So that's why when I cut my promos, I gotta be careful now because it's like, oh, Benny just cut a promo, guys. Go check it out. I bet you it's a shoot. I bet you it's a shot. Somebody or this. Well, you know what? To be honest, it is. It is. So, bump everything I just said being nice. Nah, it is. I'm gonna be real. But it's just like, you know what? If you can't take it on the chin, then why you in this business? Why we in this business? Why you in this business? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that is so great. Now, talk to me about your finisher. What is your finisher?
Oh, oof. So I'm killing myself back and forth.
Okay.
I want to make it the Euro kick, but it has a setup to it, which is I throw you into the corner, and then I set you up with a shotgun drop kick. I do a rollback, and then I slide to the corner of where you at, like the other end of the corner, and I go and I hit you right with either the right leg or the left leg. It doesn't matter, but that's a Euro kick. To me it's like a modified mafia kick.
Yeah,
and I got that I got that idea from Pablo because he taught us how to do it in the middle of the ring. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put my own twist to it. Let me add a drop kick, then the mafia kick. That's it. But then I came across Mikey Whipwreck. Shipwreck or whatever his name.
Whipwreck.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, and he has the whippersnapper, which is the jumping stunner.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie, I call it the Harlem Stunner. I'm trying to perfect it now. I did it at my I did it in my running for when I ran in on Nick Piones at EGCW on this past Sunday. I did it, but you can see that I really didn't want to take that butt bump. I landed like kind of awkward on my side, and it's because like I'm not so used to jumping up that high and bringing somebody down, especially holding them by the neck. So like I'm in between of that. I'm in between. So, but most likely I think I'm gonna run with the whole Harlem Stunner. So sooner or later you're gonna see the Harlem Stunner. My signature is gonna be the Euro kick though.
Yeah, I mean, and you want to have a signature and you want to have a finisher, and you never know later on this signature might become your finisher. Shawn Michaels back in the day, his signature was the switch shin music, and the backdrop was his finisher.
Exactly.
And he realized that the switch shin music became actually bigger and more famous, so that became his signature. So
exactly,
you it's good to have both, and you just feel the crowd, right?
Yeah, I do got a submission, but I still gotta learn it. It's the Bob Backlund,
the chicken crossface chicken
crossface.
Dude,
I'm trying to perfect that, but the way I'm trying to perfect it is I'm not trying to have it where I body slam a guy, I come behind him, and I'm trying to do it where I'll finesse like a move and go into it from there.
Yeah,
and it will look more fierce and more so. Because I'm gonna, like I said, I want to do the whole shoot, wrestling, strong style, and technical. So if I'm gonna be tech savvy, why not throw that in there?
That's what's up. When I play with my kids, I do kind of a crossface, full Nelson. Instead of doing the crossface, I go like a full Nelson, and then one like a crossface from the bottom.
Oh, okay. That sounds
get them on the ground.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah. So. Couple of things, I just play around. So
now that's cool.
Yeah. So Benny, tell me, we're about to close this interview. So what do you want to tell your fans? Talk to your fans right now. It is your time. So I'm gonna let you talk to them.
All right. Listen, for all my Benny Blanco fans out there, don't lie to yourself and say I'm not your favorite wrestler, because at the end of the day, I am. First and foremost, I'm to all my fans, to all the social media. Those shirts are coming out. Everybody wants those airbrush shirts that I got. It's coming out soon. I'm working on it. Just give me a second. With that being said, you can follow me on Benny Frakin Blanco, which is my Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook, which is Benny Blanco Gonzalez. On my YouTube, is Chris Gonzalez. And so you can find me on there. And then on my Twitter is Benny Wrestling. So that, what else? Before we go, listen, all I gotta say is this. This is not me throwing a shot, but to all my fans that are wondering why I'm not at CCW anymore, why I haven't been on those shows, it's because, you know what, I'm a free agent now. You know, when they like the saying goes, when a door closes, other ones open. You feel me? And so it was time for me to say not goodbye, but I'll see you later and do what I'm doing now. And I can't lie. I don't have no regrets. I love it. I love every moment of what I'm doing. So like I said, I just plugged in every show that I'm gonna be on. So, you know, when Jesus runs it back, you can see all this stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be on EGCW soon again. What else? CFWE, I'm gonna be on again. Big Time Wrestling, I'm gonna be on again. Hopefully I get to go back to WXW soon, maybe. What else? SWA, I'm gonna be on soon again. And I think that's pretty much the shows that I gave you guys so far. I'll be on. You can check me out on my Instagram. Like I said, I always talking my stuff on Instagram Live. You can see me on Facebook. Don't worry about it. I'm still keep putting up stuff. For all the people that love the dancing, that saw me with the dancing, I was gonna speak on that. You're gonna see more dance videos. You guys are gonna see more dance videos. But for people that know me for the dancing, no, I'm not going back to dancing. Wrestling is my life. I eat, sleep, wrestling. But dancing is gonna be my hobby, my thing, so I could get the clout more, attention. But yeah, just to finish off, it's your boy Benny Blanco. I just want to say, my man, thank you for giving me the opportunity. It could have been more intense, but I decided that I was gonna take the good route and follow what my man Jesus said. No matter what bad things go on in a company or outside a company, just look at it as a learning lesson, as something that you're gonna prevail from, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So, I know everybody right now, when y'all see this, y'all gotta be on your feet, y'all gotta be on your iPads, iPhones, whatever, being like, yo, did Benny go on there to talk what I know he's gonna talk? And wrong. No, I didn't. But I can say this. Jesus' interview with me is going to be the most watched interview. None take it to the guys that's rapping. You feel me? That's a music thing. That's a whole other thing. But wrestling, yeah, I'm going to be the most watched. So, it happens. And who knows? Maybe it might be a part 2 between me and my man. But listen, once again, thank you for having me. I appreciate the love and support that you've been giving me. And to my fans, keep showing me love. And to answer that $1 million question, I know everybody's been asking me. I don't know when I'm going back to CCW. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but maybe. Listen, don't worry. That's not the last time you see Benny. Benny Blanco's gonna be back, and who knows? Maybe Benny Blanco might have that dream match with Alex, and it happens. Maybe that's the return.
There you go.
But hey, who knows, right? Who knows? This business is crazy. But I also want to say this, Jesus, before I leave.
You're good. Go ahead.
The one thing I want to say that got me motivated to continue wrestling, and shout outs to my man Chris Jericho, bro. You don't know me, and I know you're gonna know me sooner or later, but I just want to say thank you, because what you did on that Stone Cold podcast gave me a different outlook on how I looked at wrestling when I first came in. So I thank you for that. I thank you for that. Because you know what? You did everything that I'm doing now to get where you at. And so you know what? Thank you. Because a lot of people say that what I'm doing doesn't make sense. No, it makes sense. It may not make sense to you, but it makes sense to the industry. And look where I'm at now. Within a year and 2 months, I got 22 matches under my belt. And I'm not gonna name drop, but I've wrestled the guys that I've seen grow up, and I got to, share a locker room with them. So I just want to say thank you, and that's that.
That is so great. One of the greatest of all time, Chris Jericho. And for everybody to know, in the comment, in the description, you're going to have all of Benny Blanco's social media and his upcoming matches. So if they're close to you, you can come and watch him. And if they're not close to you, get in the car and go on a family trip and go watch him,
Word.
Support my boy Benny Blanco. He's great, okay? So Benny, thank you so much for being part of this podcast. I truly, truly appreciate having you here, man. I'm very excited for this to come out. And hey, it's only greatness from here, bro, okay? It's only greatness, okay?
Yes.
So, again, it's been my pleasure. So, it will be till next time. So, peace.